Okay, so think everything is okay. Getting to anyway, so I think we can get started. Okay. So sorry about yesterday. I had technical issues, but I think today I was able to resolve these challenges. So I think today we can get started with the entire with the model itself. So we'll be building the model, uh, and I will take you through setting up the entire project. So what we'll be doing is that we are going to be setting up the entire project. So we'll be setting up the project. I'll create a Git repo and also add a little bit of the utils. Okay, generally just uh, generally it will be just the project setup itself. Okay, so bear with me if you are having technical issues, but let's see if today it will hang out. Okay. I know why I'm having problems. Mhm. It's a challenge. I think everything is okay. Everything is okay. My end, I think everything is okay. So I'll just don't know what could be the challenge. But, let's see. I think everything is okay. We can just proceed. So okay. So okay. The first thing will be setting up the Git repo. So let me set up the Git repo. So with the Git repo, let me mhm, let me set up the Git repo. So first I have to go to Git and set up the Git repo. So you can just do that. Uh-huh. Set up the Git repo. You can first set up the Git repo. Okay, so that's it. So I hope. Okay, so I'll set up a new Git repo. So set up a new um, Git repo. So just call this customer uh, customer uh, let's say customer evaluation. Customer evaluation. So these are, remember, these are two models. The first model is on LTV, lifetime value for the customers, and the second model is about churn. So we are trying to combine both models to have a comprehensive view about the users within our uh, user base. Okay, then we'll be building both models and seeing how we are able to orchestrate both models so that we're able to get information from each. And once you combine that information, we're able to come up with a comprehensive overview or outlook about the customers. Okay, so this is the customer valuation. I'll call it a repo. Then I just add ML ops because we're doing an entire end-to-end a project. Then for the configuration, I'll make it public so that you can also have access to it. Then I don't have a template. I can add a README file. Then I'll also add a git ignore. So for git ignore, Python. So Python for git ignore. Then for the license, I don't need a license for now. So anyone can fork clone this and use it however much they think, however much they can use it. Okay, so then I'll just create my Git repository. So once I have my repo, once you have my repo, then I'll clone this repo. So let me open. I'll have to change this. So let me. I'll open my repo. Then I'll just create. I'll create a new file. I'll just create a new file. Let me see. Under documents. Under documents, I can just create a new file. Create a new folder first. So I'll just create a new folder. No, need a new folder. So a new folder. Just call it MLOps MLOps like that. So I'll create a new folder. Then I'll open a terminal from this folder. So I'll open a terminal from here. Then with this terminal, we can create the Git. So we can do the Git clone. So with Git clone, just copy this. Then inside my terminal, inside the using the terminal, so git clone. Then I'll just paste that. So this will clone the repo customer valuation MLOps. So this will clone that. Then I'll have that folder within my documents MLOps. Then we'll have the customer valuation MLOps like that. Then I'll just open my PyCharm. Then I'll open a new folder. Then I'll just trace MLOps customer valuation. Then I'll open that folder. Once I open that folder, I trust this project. So this will be our a project. Do this later. So this is the customer valuation MLOps and everything. Okay. So once we have this, of course I did this. I can just let me new tab. Okay, so there are some files and folders. So there are some files and folders that I will need for this. So let's create those files. So for control. Okay, so let me create. So this is our this is the folder itself. So let's add now. The next thing that we need to do is to add. We need to add the environment. So create the virtual environment and all that. So with the I think that one will do that. So let's first create a new environment. I usually prefer to use Conda environment, so that's my preference. But you can use any. You can use virtual environment, UV, and all that. But I usually prefer, in my case. But I'll show you later when we will be doing will be packaging this into a container. You can use the various UV and all that. But for now, let me use Conda environment. Then I'll use Python 11. Okay, so I'll create an environment for that. While that is creating, then I can add a new file here. My project .toml. So this one will house all our dependencies. All our dependencies that we need will be housed under this by project toml. Then also another thing that we'll be adding. Okay, so based on our project, we'll need some files and folders. Some of them can create some like the utils. Utils will be vital for utility functions and all that. Then we have two models. So I'll create a new file called models. So under models, we'll be having the two models that we're having. So we'll have the churn model. So I'll create churn, and I'll also create a new model. For the other model is the customer LTV. So customer LTV. Okay, so churn customer LTV. Then we'll also need an ETL pipeline. So I'll create a new ETL. I'll create a new ETL. Okay. Okay, by project, so I'll enable this. Then this is our ETL. Yeah, I think that one's okay. Then we also need a configuration file. So all our config will be housed under this config. So as the okay, so as I think we have created our environment. This one. So even if you open your terminal, you'll find that you have your environment. So the latest PowerShell. We have our environment. So this is our environment. Yeah, so you can see this environment is already created. I think even if we run under environment list, so that will be able to see that we have this environment. Okay, so yeah, so you can see we have this environment that is also activated. Okay, so we have our ETL platform. So remember, for our data, we need an ETL pipeline. So we'll create an ETL pipeline. So that one I'll show you later. Then we'll have our models. So we have two models. We have the churn model, and we also have the customer LTV model. So those are the two models that we will be having. Also, another thing, within the model should be having the training, testing, and all that, prediction pipelines and all that. But when that time comes, we'll be creating that. Also, another thing, we have our models. Okay, so now at least I think we have let's say the files set up. We have also created our environment, and the only thing that needs to be done is to populate our project toml, so that so that we list our dependencies and all that. Then once that is done, okay, let me show you the data that you're going to use. So this is the data that we will be using for this. Yeah, so for the data, this is the data that you're going to be using. So with this data, let me just take you through. So this is the data, customer profitability and retention data set. So when you're talking about customer profitability, we are talking about when you're talking about customer profitability, we're talking about the LTV, lifetime valuation for the customers. And when you're talking about retention, so this one we're talking about the churn problem. So as you can see, we are having two let's say we're having two systems that you're building. So the first system is about the customer, the LTV, customer lifetime value, and the other one is about the retention data set that is about the customer churn. So if you watch my first video on how I was taking you through this, what we will be building. So essentially, this is what we will be building for this model. And so about the dataset, so this is designed for customer profitability analysis and the retention intelligence use cases. It simulates a real-world business environment with 7 interrelated tables covering customer demographics, order transactions, subscription behavior, marketing spend, and unit economics. Okay, so these are the tables that we have in this data. So I tried to work with a comprehensive data set so that at least when we are building this model, we can have a comprehensive overview of what we are actually building. Okay, I don't know if you are getting me. Someone is saying they're not able to. Yeah, I think the sound is okay. The sound is okay. If you are not able to hear what I'm saying, please can reach out. I think sound is okay. Sound is okay, if I'm not wrong. So, okay, so this is the table that we'll be using. So you can see it's a little bit comprehensive. We have the data about customers. So core customer demographics and profile information. So this one will tell us more about the customers that we are really having within our business. Then we have the orders. So this is the transaction level order data per customer. So for each customer, how many orders did they make and so on. So that is what will be the focus on this. Then we have the customer features. So these are the engineered features for machine learning, analytics, and all that. So we can also engineer this ourselves. Customer unit economics. So we also need to calculate this by ourselves. What is the CLV, the margin profitability for each client, what is the cost of acquisition, all that will be calculated under the customer unit economics. Then you have the subscription history for each customer. So this one will be the main table that we'll be using for us to actually analyze the churn. Okay, so based on this table, we're able to come up with patterns to analyze churn. So to determine something to do with churn. Then we have the marketing spend, so channel-wise marketing spend over time. So between each customers, what are they spending in terms of spend? Okay, so we're able to get something to do with the customer lifetime value based on this table. So this one will give us something. Will give us the LTV, lifetime value. This one plus again is also the orders. We can combine orders plus the marketing spend. Marketing spend. Marketing spend is about the cost of acquisition. Sorry, orders will give us something to do. So orders plus the subscription history, it can give us the LTV because subscription history is about paying for subscriptions. So there's exchange of money there, and also orders what things that our customers are purchasing. Okay. So based on that, also we're able to get the LTV. So based on that, we're able to get the LTV. So based on that, we're able to get the LTV. Then date dimensions, things to do with date. Okay? So these are some of the use cases that you can do. So for our case, we are going to use the customer lifetime value prediction and also the churn prediction and retention analysis. So these are the major models that we're going to be building. And in most cases, we have been building a single model. But I think in the previous video, I was able to explain as to why building a single model for such a project or such idea won't able to answer or it won't be enough for you to have a holistic overview about the customer. And so I tried to use the two models, customer lifetime value. So this one tells us about what is the value of these customers from the time we acquire them until now. What is their total valuation? Okay, so of course customers tend to spend in different magnitude, and so we're able to rank customers based from highest profitability to the least. So that's about the customer lifetime value. And when you're talking about the churn, so churn is the propensity for customers to leave. Okay. So if you're also talking about churn, what is now when you're talking about the churn, we need to compare this with the customer lifetime value for that matter. That means we need to be mindful of uh, high value clients who are showing signs of leaving, because if we lose these clients, we tend to lose out of revenue. And so combining these two models, we're able to have this holistic view. And based on this holistic view, we're able to create retention strategies so that we're able to market to these high value clients so that we are not losing them. Okay. So this is the data set. I'll make sure, share the let me share the and also share the chat. Don't know if I have. Okay, I'll share the link to this data set so that you can also have an overview about that. Okay, so let's look at the data sets themselves. So we can look at so the first data set is about customer features. So you have something to the customer ID. So this one we can use this to see the different customers that we have, order frequency, average order value per the different clients, order discount rates, days since last order, average interpurchase time, and all that. Okay, so we're having quite a comprehensive data. So that's about the customer features. Then you have the unit economics. Again, this one we'll have to calculate this for ourselves, assuming you're not given this. No, yeah, unit economics. Yeah, total. Yeah, I think we'll calculate this by ourselves so that we have our own. Then we can have the customer CV, no, customer CSV. So this is the customer sign up date, acquisition channel. So which channel did we use to acquire these customers? Then what is the acquisition month? What is the acquisition campaign? From what region are they coming from? The device type. Okay, so date dimension. So this is just about purely about the dates. Then you have the marketing spend. So the marketing spend we can see based on the different campaigns, region, and all that. So we can also track this information so that we can determine the cost of acquisition per the clients. Then here we have the orders. So the orders per the different clients. Also, we're able also to track that and that we are going to be using for this model. Okay, so I'll make sure to share this data, and also I'll also make sure to share the Git repo so that we're able to track the changes that we'll be doing on this. Okay, so I've shared with you the data. So I'll share with you the data, and this is the GitHub repo. Anything else? So actually today I just wanted to do an overview about the model, just launch it so that we can now start building this project step by step. Okay. So I think I should have started this on Saturday, but I was having technical issues. But I think by now I've been able to resolve those technicalities, and now we can start the entire process of building the model itself. Okay, so I'll share this so that you can also set up, and then I'll just add another thing here. So let me for the repositories. So what I'll do, what I'll do, let me get to home. It's okay. So let me. I'll share. Yeah. So what I'll do, I will share what. So I'll share. I have the project the TOML. So this is the TOML file. Let me share. Let me also add this to the Git so that you can have all that here. So these are the dependencies that we are going to be using under this project. So you can see I'm using Hatchling, a customer value analysis is the end itself. Then I'm using Python 3.11. I think that's the same Python that we're using. So let me see Python version. See the Python version 11. So MIT custom analysis. Then these are some of the dependencies. So I have quite a number of dependencies that we will be using. So for this project, instead of pandas, I'll replace pandas with polars, because with polars we are actually able to process. It's quite robust than pandas, especially if you're going to handle massive amounts of data. So for this data, it's quite massive, especially you can see for the orders you have about 1.13 million rows. So to be able to load this data and work with such data in this magnitude, then I think polars will be our best. Polars will be our best bet instead of pandas. So I'll use polars. With polars, you need PyArrow because we'll be using the packet files. So packet files, we need the packet files. You need PyArrow, NumPy, scikit-learn. Then these are the models that we'll be using: XGBoost, LightGBM. Okay, you can also add cat boost here, Optuna for hyperparameters tuning. You can also use the weights and bias if you prefer that. Sharp model explainability is very important. We won't skip that step. You have to explain how a model is making predictions. Then these are some other utilities. Matplotlib, Seaborn. These are for visualization. Is it visualization? Charts and all that. Jupyter Notebook will build models on our Jupyter Notebook, so that will be something for that. API kernel, Plotly. I like Plotly because it's nice for charts. Okay, Cat Boost, Steamlit. For Darkstar, Feast, and all that, all these will be inside our ETL platform. So for the ETL platform, I think I'll start from just on a new session so that we're able to see how we're able to build ETL pipelines using Darkstar, Feast, and Google Cloud. Okay, so those are the things that we'll be doing in the next session. Okay, so that's what we'll be doing in the next session. So make sure that you have all these already. So what I'll just do, I'll copy this. I'll just copy. Let's say start with the logger. So with the logger, let's go to the logger. Let me try to increase the font. Let me use this. Okay. So for the logger, yeah. So this is the logger, customer profitability. This one is okay. So this is the no, this is the logger. So for exception handling, so exception. I'll copy this. Then this one will be for the exception. Get logger, log ETL step. So don't validate log level, get formatters, logger config. I think then I'll just add the last one that is logger exception, the commons. So with commons, these are the reusable functions, which are also very important when you're building these models. Some functions you don't need to be writing them over and over again. You just need to be writing them once, and then you will be kind of reusing those functions as time progresses by. Okay, so make sure that so this one is in utils. So I'll just remove this so that we just have utils, then exception, error category. All this will just do a pip install and we'll have everything in place. So ETL error category, so that we just main the exception. Then I just do away with this, away with this, away with this, and also L. Get L, ETL, formatter, default logger. Try to clean it up anyway. Yeah, so I think that's it. Today was just a warm up, but I'll try my best to clean up this so that we start tomorrow on a right footing, so that you can just keep track um, of the Git itself. Because what I wanted is that I wanted to have a utils so that it can be reusable within the entire project. It should be shared within the entire project and not just within the ETL pipeline. Okay. Yeah. So I think do I have anything that I'm leaving out for today? Dagstar, all these will be. I'll take you through all this, so don't worry about it. This for today. So the models, definitions, pipe, test inference. Okay. Yeah, I think everything is okay. Um, yeah, so I think everything is okay. I can just do let me see the git add and owning profiles LF will be replaced. Okay, so that's okay. So git status. Let's see what we are committing. ETL, utils, logger, LTV. So yeah, we are not gonna git commit. M project setup. Set up. Okay, so we need to set okay, so I just copy this, then I'll just insert my email box at gmail.com. Then I can add this for my name. I think I did change my name to graph and dev. Okay, so that all there. Then I think, yeah, okay, many quacks. Okay, then once that is done, so we can, let me see if we can do a git commit. Yeah, so git commit, then you can do a git push with a new origin origin main. We can push this to git. So yep, I think this was definitely, because I did set this up afresh. Definitely it was supposed to have a browser defined sign. I can just do okay, so we're able to sign in. Then once we sign in, So that one's okay. So I think you're able to get this code. As I said, this is just a beginning of what we are going to be doing. So I just wanted to at least do an initial launch so that to get things running. Okay, then continuing to postpone everything. So I think this was just the initial setup. So tomorrow I think we are going to start. We're going to start with the ETL process. So we'll be downloading this data, and I'll be showing you how to load this data. So for my case, I am using Google. I think Google. Is it? I'm using not GCP, BigQuery. So I think I'm using Google BigQuery. So if it's possible with you, you can also create Google BigQuery where you can store your data, because I prefer to use such systems when you're building this, even though it's a project, but I prefer to do it in a more professional way. And if you're going to do it in a more professional way, let's try to look at production systems. How do production systems tend to operate? Okay, so based on that, we are actually able to configure our systems or our model to actually encompass that. So for my case, I did set up a BigQuery sandbox. It's actually free. You can set up a sandbox, uh, BigQuery sandbox free. Yeah, it's actually free. BigQuery, yeah, at no cost. So what you do, you can just follow this Yeah, you can just follow this setups with the sandbox. The goodness with BigQuery is that all big limits apply. So you're granted free usage limits as the BigQuery free tier, including 10 GB of active storage and 1 TB of processed query data each month. So you can imagine 10 GB of active storage. That's way massive storage for you to actually use all of it. Then 1 TB of processed query. I think that one is also way, you'll have enough for that. So the only concern is this BigQuery datasets have a default table expiration time, and all table views and partitions automatically expire after 60 days. So we actually need to be tracking this so that we don't lose that data and all that. Okay. So BigQuery Sandbox does not support several BigQuery features, including streaming data. Don't think we'll have this data manipulation language, BigQuery data transfer service. Okay. So yeah, but I think you can also increase. It's just information about how to set it up. Okay. But I think there's a way to increase the lifespan, but that one we can learn it later. Okay, but 60 days is enough for us to even build this project and do everything. Okay, so I think tomorrow's session, please let's try our best. Let's come when we have set up our BigQuery setup. Then I'll show you how to take data from yeah, yeah, we can download this data and also set it up so that we're able to load this data to a BigQuery using a script. Then from there we can start the downstream processes. Okay. So yeah, that's it from me today. I'm, I'm having a lot of I'm having a little bit of cold, but that's not an excuse for not doing whatever I'm supposed to be doing. Okay. So until next time, see you.